Hey guys, wanted to share with you what is in my orientation teacher bin. A few videos back I had recorded my closet at home that had a stack of bins, multiple stacks of bins, and they were all the way to the top, and it was, so I would keep my bins with all my teaching supplies inside, things that I would use for demos, or just, you know, one of each of what I needed to print out, or CDs, or things of the sort. And then when I needed to teach something, I would just bring my bin and then teach from here. Then take it home and then, you know, go back and forth with it. On Friday I would bring what I needed for Monday, and then on Monday I would take home, sometimes Tuesday because it'd take me a minute to clean up, I would take home the bin from the week before. That was great at first, but then it's a lot to carry back and forth, and sometimes I had 2 bins and I needed to carry 2 bins, and sometimes it was 4 bins because I had morning and afternoon classes. I was teaching 2 different grade levels, and it was just a lot. And then plus my closet at home was, you know, getting crazy. So then I brought my bins to school, and so I stored them in the cabinets here in school. Now I'm changing some things up, and I'm changing some of the lessons. I like to change because I don't like to get stuck in my ways. I don't want to get stagnant. And some of the lessons that I had from previous years, maybe the trends have changed, or the teaks have changed, or I just don't want to teach that lesson again, or it didn't work out, or I made it better. So my things in my bins aren't, I need to refresh them. And so that's what I'm working on. And then some of them I just need to condense. I used to teach juniors and seniors, and so some of the bins that I had were for those grade levels, but now that I teach 9 and 10, I've got to change those. Although there's great stuff in here, I don't want to toss it. I'm a little bit of a hoarder in that sense, because you never know when you're going to need it, right? You throw something away and you're like, oh, I'm going to get rid of it, and then one day you're like, oh, I had it, and then I got rid of it, I threw it away or whatnot. So I want to just strategically place it in a different location, maybe a different bin, or somewhere that I can use that item, or it's just something that I need to put in the pile of bowls or brushes or whatever the case may be. So this one here is the orientation bin. So I got this bin, or these bins, I have tons of them, at Big Lots. They were about $2 to $3 each. It was a personal investment. Used to be I had things in Ziploc bags when I first got started, but then the bags, every year I would change them, but then the bags, it wouldn't fit in the bags after a while. So then I changed the bins that were more sturdy, and I was able to stack things up because I was just getting too much. So this one here, I'll label in here in the front. It's my orientation bin. And in here, what I put is everything that I need for week 1 of orientation. Little gifts, tickets, anything that I might need, okay? As I have progressed, I've changed things, and so some things don't fit here, and so they're in a closet in a different box, but that's what I have in here. All right, so this I have not cleaned out since the beginning, let's see, in August of this school year. Today is the last day of school, but in August of this school year, when I used it, I replenished it with what I used in August, so I can, next time I open it up, it's ready to go and I don't have to run around and find things because I already took care of it. It's good to stay organized that way, plus you don't forget what's in there. I have an All About Me bag. It's just a sample. I have a video on that, so I have that, just a sample that's what I did. So when I see that, I know I need to make copies and cut these out, and I need bags, and so this is an activity that I did, and the activity is in my bin. Okay, this is a stack of papers that I have in here, and this is just to let me know, hey, this is what you pass out the first week of school, this is what you need, so make sure you have that ready. Okay, copy, go get more of, cut and paste, and or sometimes I put sticky notes on here sometimes if I do something this year and I'm like, oh, that didn't work out, or I get a new idea, I put a sticky note on it, so that way next year when I open it up, it reminds me what I need to do or fix. Their backstage pass, their name tags, the copy of the all about me bag. I just put on colored paper. This is a Facebook sheet, and it's all about me. I just got off of Google, and it just, you know, has their name and some things on here that I like is I'm allowed to use a computer at home for schoolwork, and they have to circle a thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm allowed to use the internet at home for schoolwork. That's another one. So that way, that's, you know, personal information about the students, but information that I can use to know how to teach them better. This is an all about me page. They write a little bit about me that now is in their welcome packet. The first week of school, I have them work on some diagrams and just to get their creative juices flowing. I have a body chart. Here they build the hair upwards. We start on history to cosmetology, so we have this, it's like a Cleopatra type arm bracelet, and so that's inspiration to get us going for orientation history to cosmetology for that one particular chapter. This is just a blank face chart, and then we have some coloring sheets of hair. We go into the different eras of hair. We have the remind code. I'm going to make sure that everybody has that remind code, and then of course it changes every year, and then we just have a face activity. Alright, so those are the worksheets. That's kind of like the paperwork, and this does not include things that that I have to do for the office, like you know, first day handouts, you know, those kinds of things. This is just for class. I won't use all of that, but each year when I do use something new, I stick a original copy in here, so that way, in case I do want to use it one year or reuse it again, I have it in here, and if I don't use it, it's okay, but maybe in a pinch when I need, I run out of things to do and have extra time, I can just take it out of here, go get some copies, and then I'm ready to go. So I just keep piling up my originals in here. Just one of each is fine. Another thing that I do is in that back corner over there, I have my treasure box. So the treasure box is like a little plastic treasure chest. It's in some of my other videos. But I got it during Halloween. It's actually after Halloween, so it's on sale. I always shop the sales. It's black, it looks like a treasure box, and I just put prizes in there, and so when the students do something, I say, okay, or answer something, go get a prize, go get something in a treasure box. I need to do better. The students told me I need to do better on the treasure box, so I will. It's just hard because sometimes when you put good stuff in there, sometimes it grows feet, and so it's kind of hard to manage that, especially when you're in the lab or the salon and you're not here in the classroom and there's students back and forth. And it doesn't have a lock, it's just a lid. And so, but I do need to be better at that. So I have tickets, and at the beginning, just, you know, because SIPs, if you guys are part of SIPs, Cosmetology Instruction in Public Schools, they like to give away prizes, and so I got the idea from that, and everybody's like excited and wants to get a prize, and so the first week of school, I give out tickets, and then I draw names, and then I give out prizes, so I'll have that. I have a ton of blank name tags, although this is one year I have changed them. And then backstage passes. Their backstage passes valid for the entire school year. So if they go to Houston Fashion Week or something, they have their badge that indicates that they're doing hair or makeup. That's their pass, their ticket in per se. Just kind of like, you know, in real life, when you get invited to do hair and makeup, you have a badge to get in. Alright, so in this bag here, I have a lot of little gadgets, little toys, little manipulatives, I guess you can say. Sometimes students get easily distracted or bored, especially when you're going through orientation, and they just need something to fidget with, like those fidget spinner thingies. And so I learned this from the Paul Mitchell Academy with Multiple Intelligence. So what you do is, as a teacher, you choose okay distractions, things that it's okay for the students to play with and make noise with while you're up talking or teaching or whatnot. I only have these out the first couple of days. I used to have them out all the time, but it didn't work out. They play with it too much. So the first few days or so, I have a little bin I have some of these out, and then I tell them if you want to celebrate, there's little hand clappers to make noise to clap for somebody. There's the little those little noise makers. They're like little slinkies. There's little things in here that the student, if they wanted to, they could be playing with it, and it's not too noisy. And they can play with it if they want. It's not too noisy. And so it kind of helps them keep their mind occupied while they're listening to you talk about the rules up here. I don't mind a distraction of this sort. I mind a distraction of if they're sitting on their cell phone and I'm talking to them. So students are only going to listen to you for a certain amount of time before they zone out. Let's be honest, just as teachers, because as we all adults know, adults are worse than students because we're adults and we know right from wrong, and still at meetings and trainings and conferences, we sit there and we're on our phones while the presenter's up there talking, and that's rude. So I've been guilty of it. So I understand that. And so to ask a student to put their cell phone away and not touch it the entire 45 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours, 8 hours, however long your classroom is, come on, put yourself in their shoes. So I know a lot of teachers have issues with cell phones, but I actually welcome my cell phones on the first day of school. I say, okay, take your cell phones out, put them up, face up on your tabletop. Sometimes I tell them to put it face down. I said, okay, I have my phone because I'm department head, so I've got various teachers that I've got to tend to if they have questions or need something, so I'm going to check my phone. I'm not going to sit here and be on my phone while you're trying to ask me something or you need me, but I randomly check it, and sometimes I randomly quickly reply to things and emails and whatnot. If you need to, you can do so. When I'm talking, you have it down. That's me time. When I'm not talking, giving instruction, you can look at your phone if you want, unless if you're testing and things like that. So at the very beginning, I set the tone of, I welcome the phone. Please put it out. If you need to, an emergency, if you need to check it, please do randomly quickly take a look at it. If you need to quickly answer something, go ahead, because I will do that too. So I'm going to treat you the way I expect you to treat me, and then I'm going to ask you to act the same way that I'm going to act. And so whenever we have quick breaks, you can take a look at it. If you need to make a phone call, please step out into the reception area. I don't have a problem with that. It's when I restrict it that I get the pushback. Okay, so I don't want to take that away from them, and I don't want to give me that problem. And then I say, I want your phone out, and anytime that you see something you like, you can't see something on the board, take a picture of it, zoom in, use it. If you need to Google something really quick because you don't know a word, or you want to, I say the name of an artist and you don't know who that is and you want to look them up real quick, this is the age of technology. I'm okay with that. If you need to, whatever you need to do, take a picture for your portfolio. That's the thing that I ask them to do the most. Is take a picture of all of their work, the before, the during, and the after. And I always stop and say, when we're working on something, I say, okay guys, give your phones to your partners or your neighbors and have them take a picture of you. Don't just always make it a selfie or just like above the item picture. That way you come out in the picture, and when you put your picture in your portfolio, whoever is hiring you or looking to hire you can see all things that you've done, and you need your phone for that. So I always, first day of school, invite the phone, of course, and we all agree in the class. I make sure they agree to it. I say, if it's okay that I can have my phone out, then it's okay that you can have your phone out. It's okay that we respect each other. If it becomes a problem, do you guys agree that we're going to put them away? Yes or no? And they're like, yes, we agree. And then I really don't have issues with it. There's one or two random kiddos that, of course, they're on the phone. I just quickly call them out and say, hey, put your phone away. And they do. I've never had a problem with students, like, disrespectfully on their phone. And I think it's the way you present it at the beginning. At least for me, it's worked. I know there's a lot of issues with that, but imagine your whole day without your phone. How would you do with that as an adult? And so that's kind of how I saw it. All right, moving right along. We have these. I have my big ones, and then I have some small ones for the students. I do soak these in EPA and barbicide, because I do disinfect them after each use. So at the beginning, we're all strangers, especially the first
Good morning. Don't forget, teachers, if you're interested in some breakfast, we have some things down in the dining hall this morning if you'd like to swing by. You have this morning to work in your classrooms, get all your things ready. Don't forget at 1:30 this afternoon, we have our turn-in faculty meeting down here in the dining hall. So we look forward to seeing you later in the day if you don't come down to breakfast. Have a great day.
All right, so at the beginning, especially in 9th grade, we have a lot of students that they don't know each other. And so I want to kind of break that barrier and kind of break that wall down. So this one's mine. So I start off, they have all of these, a set on their table, and then I put it on. And we go and we take funny pictures, and so, kind of laugh and make jokes and stuff. But each one of them will have one of these. Sometimes they take them with them, which they're just $1, so I don't mind. And then we just take pictures and just be silly and funny and kind of break that wall down, because it is kind of awkward. Like, you're a freshman, you're in new school, and maybe junior, senior, you're in new school, and you kind of don't know anybody, and kids can be so judgmental and whatnot, but we all have silly stuff on our faces, and we can all kind of have a good laugh. And so that's what that is. So I do keep those stocked. These are new. I think they're all new. So I think this last time I let them take them. I can't remember, but every time I go to the dollar store and I need to restock, I do. Also, we have one year we did masks. So I have activity sets in here that sometimes I just keep in here, but I don't always use. So one year we did masks. Okay, so we were talking about personalities and the word persona. Okay, so I had given them a white mask, and so talking about how you act behind closed doors and how you act when people are watching, and character and things of the sort. So it was an activity that I did, and I had them make their own mask, and so that's what that activity was. I do have tape in here that goes with take a piece of paper with you draw a smiley face on it, and then tape it on your back. It's called FACE. Find what's working, acknowledge it, celebrate it, and enjoy it. It's a Paw Mitchell thing when I used to work at Paw Mitchell, and so I have tape, so they tape the paper on their back, they take markers, matte pencils or pens, and then they write stuff on each other's back, because when you talk about somebody behind their back, typically it's negative. And so in doing so, it's always a positive comment that they write on their back. So we do it at the beginning of the school year, and then we do it again at the end of the school year. Most of the kiddos do save their sheets, and it's really neat to see how relationships have grown and how those sheets are full of things afterwards, the second go around. Sometimes we have games, and so we have, I have these little things, and so if I change the decor, they're just like little signs, and then I just put them on the tabletop. It just depends on what the decor is. Sometimes we do games with these. To be honest, I think I bought a few. I used them once and I hadn't used them again. Sometimes things work and sometimes don't. I do have decks of, I think this is 2 decks of cards, maybe 3. And so sometimes if I need to partner them up, when they come in, I give them a card and I say, okay, if you have a red heart, you go in that corner. If you have a different, I don't play cards. I don't know what they all are. Anyway, so I will group them or partner them with cards. So that's why I have that there. I had this old roll of tickets. I just have this random box. I guess because I was so excited when I got my first iPhone. So I would put the tickets in here. I would shake them up, and this is just the box that I used to put the tickets in. Usually have bins, little things to decorate the tabletops with. One year, this is a little gift I had. I always have a little gift for them. I have a video of some of those as well, but this was a little sponge, and their ticket was inside, and I had pre-packaged them with their little baggies, and these were just some that I had left over. So I think I did this 2 years. So 1 year the goal was to travel, and so we would take the students to San Antonio, Dallas, Corpus Christi. We took them to New York. We took them to different various places, and the goal of that was to expose the students to as many opportunities as we could. I think that was when I was back in Pasadena, and so the goal was to travel, and so I gave them, so we were setting goals. The goal was to have something to put in their bag that they could take with them when we would go out for a little workcation. And so then in having that was the opener of the school year. You know, what my promises to them were: setting goals, how to accomplish them, how to have something to help you keep reminding yourself of the goal. And we did do a lot of travel that year. We did a lot of shows, and so that was cool. So that could be a way to open up your classroom. I do have in here baggies. I do sometimes put gifts in here, like the prizes, so I have those ready. I do have note cards as well, and sticky notes. If they have questions, they take the sticky note, put the question on the sticky note, and then stick it up on the board. Or I used to have a question board, and so I would then, you know, in case they're embarrassed of asking something, this is a Paw Mitchell technique as well. They would go put their question up, and I'd go read the question, and then I would answer the question at the end of class or at the end of the week. Excuse me. And then I also had note cards, and so they would write little thank you cards to someone that helped them get into cosmetology, or, you know, an encouraging note to a student, or they would write me a little card about themselves, a little note about themselves, and so that's kind of what that was. And then I totally forgot I had these in here, but I had found some more of these stickers. Aren't they cute? And so I just give these stickers out. I know it's not elementary, but it's fun. They love stickers, by the way. 9th graders, they love stickers. It's really cute. And then they're Cosmo. You don't find these often. They were at the dollar store, so I bought them all. All right, so that's kind of what I have in my bin. Thank you so much for staying through it. I do continue to add different things to this bin. I have a box now. So from here, these bins, unfortunately, I've outgrown my bins, and so now when at the copy room, I go in the workroom, and if they have any empty paper boxes, I take them, and then I will save them, and when I need them, I use them. And so I've been transitioning into the paper boxes that are cardboard boxes, and coming out of my bins because I've grown from them. But so it's a great storage system, plus they're free. And if they get messed up, you just, you know, get a new one and switch them out. So anyway, so that's what I'm currently working on. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't forget to message me through social media. I'll be more than happy to help you out or answer them. Hopefully you get some ideas. If nothing else, just an organizational tip of putting just things, activities, worksheets, things together in bags. And so that way when you need it in a quick pinch, you just grab your bin and go. Sometimes if you do presentations, or if you have a staff development of some sort and you need to share something, you just take your bin, and then you can pull everything or anything out of here that you've done in the past. And so that's just kind of how I have this been done. All right, so thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. See you soon.